guide to understanding the gamers in your life. I am your host, Juke, and today I am joined by my cousin, Red.
Hello, everyone.
So for people listening, this for me is a fun moment, and for you guys as well, because you don't know this, but you've heard of Red before. If you've heard me talk about my computer messiah, that is Red. And if you've heard me plug many times JR Auto Spa, that is Red as well. I mean, jrautospa.ca, right?
Yes.
Yes. So that is Red as
local
well.
Local only.
Yes.
Montreal local only.
Absolutely.
Or computer assistance and support could be done at a distance. So
through JR Auto Spa? No.
Through Cyber Clinic.
Cyber Clinic?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that link.
That's my other company. Cyber Clinic, but in French. So CLINIQUE.
I'll put it in the description.
Yeah. That if you need websites, if you need anything business or personal, if it's local, I come to you, or over the phone or through a remote desktop or anything like that. I can give you advice, help you optimize your games, optimize your computer, just give general advice. Money isn't everything. I give a lot of stuff away for free, a lot of information. I help tons of people.
Yeah, because you just love computers. You're the messiah, man.
I have a really hard time seeing someone having an unoptimized computer that I make it my mission to just make it better. If you want to pay me, you could. Some people do. And sometimes I just help people out of just wanting them to experience it properly. I guess that's how you want to call it, right?
Absolutely. So, and I've sent so many people to Red. Like, he really is a computer messiah. Growing up, we're cousins, so I would show up to my aunt's house to see his sister, and we would want to go use the computer. We come downstairs, and the computer is dismounted, and we're like, bro, we wanted to use the computer. And then his answer was always, no, I can put it back together.
Oh, really? Like, I don't even remember.
We wanted to play now. We didn't want to wait for you to build the compuer back.
You wanted to play Barbie or whatever it was.
I have no idea, because we didn't play that many games, but I remember
to download stuff on LimeWire.
You used to tease your sister so much for LimeWire. Really? I remember she had like a little electronic game, and it was not like you couldn't hook it to Wi-Fi, but it wasn't working. And then you just said she probably broke it putting LimeWire on it.
Oh, well, she would break everything. I had a brand new iPod video, and I saw her just drop it out of her hands like straight butterfingers, and it slaps the floor. Brand new. I spent all summer paying for it. And she just goes, oops. I'm like, oops. Like, anyways, we won't even get into how much I'm on this triangle. I'll never forget that. And also, she would trip over every single wire.
Yeah, but
watch the wire, Alicia. I'm not stupid. And then bang, and your laptop goes flying across the room, and she's like, and she just says, oops.
But to be fair,
she's changed so much. It's unbelievable. I was worried for her, but anyways.
Like, I feel like she grew out of her clumsiness, because for when we were growing up, Alicia and I were both like the clumsiest person someone could meet.
You were clumsy too?
I've always been clumsy, but it's genetic. It's my dad's fault. It's my dad's side's fault.
But
it's
you're
genetic.
Still clumsy now?
But that's the thing, is that your sister grew out of it. Okay. I feel like she grew out of it. Like, her maturity came with a loss of clumsiness, and no, mine is purely genetic.
No, you're fine. You drive a car, you can't be too clumsy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, well, actually, I saw the outside of your car.
No, those are not my fault.
Oh, you didn't?
One is my fault.
You didn't smash the bumper and scratch the whole side?
The bumper was my fault. The other side stuff was not my fault.
Okay.
Okay, so
everything can be fixed.
Before we get into today's episode, how about you explain where your gamer tag comes from?
Oh, yes. So my gamer tag is Red1ty. So Red1ty, or it's supposed to be Red1ty.
Yeah.
And I added the 1 because at the time it was like, oh, you gotta add 1 because it's like cool, right? You're replacing the I with a 1. And I made it a long time ago, before Reddit existed. I just kind of sat on my computer and just started typing random letters until something came out. I must have been like 13.
Yeah?
Maybe 14. And
Reddit wasn't out when we were teens?
I mean, I've had a lot. I've had like Jackson _Kelly, which is a guitar, Danny _Way, which is a skateboarder. Rodney Mullen Jr., which is another skateboarder. So I've had all these weird like emails, but this is the one that stuck with me. That's the main one, and it's never used anywhere. And anytime I go on like a platform where it says this tag already exists, I know that it's me who has an account. So
you just forgot you had an account.
I just forgot I had an account, exactly. So no one's ever gonna use it.
Yeah.
And but usually in games when people like, you know, you're in a random chat or a random match.
Yeah.
And people see your name, they just call me Red. So they either put Chad Red or in voice they'll say Red. Unless they're friends that know me, they'll call me Julian. But yeah, the origins is just the gamer tag means nothing. It's random. Some of my friends call me Red1ty, just like that. But that was more like a meme, internal meme. Between my friends call me they call me like the Red1ty, like, oh shit, Red1ty's coming in, like let's play. Yeah, all right. Just Red1ty. So, but we can go with Red.
Red. Yeah. Yeah, because now that's kind of what you go with. What people call you.
It's just simpler. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, today, listeners, obviously you saw the title of the episode. We're going to talk about Resident Evil, the game series, right? Because there's like, how many? There's like 8?
I think there's lots of spin-offs and like a DS version. Maybe there's like 15 at least. Maybe even more.
Oh, yeah. Okay, my bad.
But in general, the mainline series, you'd have Resident Evil 0 up to 9.
0?
Yeah, it starts at 0.
Because they did a prequel? Or the first one was... Okay.
They did a prequel, yeah. Which we can get into. So essentially, the first Resident Evil game came out in 1998. And I'm not going to go through the whole series, but the most important part that I think Resident Evil plays in gaming is that it was revolutionary at the time.
In 98?
Yes. It was the first survival horror game. I don't know if Silent Hill came out first, but everyone was kind of battling for the survival horror genre. And Resident Evil really pioneered it with the fixed camera angles. So essentially and anyone that's played the game knows you'll run into a room and the camera will just like automatically change. So it's third person, but it doesn't follow the character.
I don't know which Resident Evil I played, but I feel like the game didn't do that for me. I feel like I was fighting the camera the whole time. Like
you were able to move the camera around?
I think so, but maybe...
When was it that you played it?
It was... a few years ago, not that long ago, and it was, I think, one that had been remade.
Exactly, the remaster. Yeah, okay. They removed the fixed camera angles.
Oh my god, I would have loved that though. I hate the third-person camera.
Yeah, well, it depends because people hate the fixed camera angles too. But the point of the fixed camera angles was, sometimes you'll just enter a room and you'll run straight and then the camera angle will just change and you'll hear a zombie in the background, but you can't move the camera to look at where it is. So it added a really big suspense because you never knew what was... Am I close enough?
Yeah.
You never knew what was coming around the corner. And that's what really gave that suspense. And they did a lot of cool techniques to make the game run well on, because it was on PlayStation 1.
So it was kind of on purpose to keep you on edge, I guess.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah. So it keeps you on edge. The creepy music, obviously the zombies. It was a game where you were weak, essentially. Like, you died in 2-3 hits. You barely had any ammo. Like, you start the game and you have nothing. And anything you do pick up, you're quickly using it. Now, of course, there's easy mode and stuff like that, but in general, that was the point of the game, was survival horror. So you're barely surviving the whole way. So you got to be smart. You have a limited inventory system, and it definitely pioneered the way for other genres like Dino Crisis, which is another.
Dino Crisis.
Yeah,
it's a dinosaur game.
Yes, very similar to Resident Evil. It didn't take off as much as Resident Evil did.
So it's a horror dinosaur game?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Okay.
Yes, that one's also PS1, and then it went to PS2. So the first 3 games, Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3, were all on PS1. Okay. All had fixed camera angles, graphics were about the same, and had a really good story, in my opinion. The acting is really bad. Then the 4th one came out on PlayStation 2 and Xbox, and that one was the first one where you were behind the character. And a lot of people
that camera
say
that I hate.
Yeah, that you're third person, actual third person. The camera's behind. And a lot of people say that was the best one. I wasn't a huge fan of RE4. I've actually never really played that much of it. I beat every single one almost, but
Did
not
you
that
start
one.
in 98? You were young in 98.
Yeah, I don't know if I played it in 98.
But you started young?
But I definitely started like back in the day, let's say, when I had a PS1. That's I would try to play it. So, yeah, and now they're all the way up to the 9th. They did kind of like remaster the game. So they had 1, 2, and 3. They had 4, and then 5 and 6. But at some point, they made a prequel called Resident Evil 0, and it's essentially like, let's say, for example, like Resident Evil 1 with the fixed camera angles, but all new graphics and this and that, right? So it was a remastered version. That was like the first remaster.
Yeah. So, for remastered, for the non-gamers out there, when I think of remastered, the first thing that comes to my mind is songs, like old songs, like Beatles songs, Pink Floyd songs that are going to get remastered. So it's when you think of a remastered song, it is the same identical song. Just the sound has been like perfected a little bit better with the new technology. But I'm noticing that in games, it doesn't feel that way. Like for me, a remastered song is identical. I can barely tell the difference. It maybe sounds a little clearer.
It's just the quality.
But
that's
remastered games. But so far when I hear people talk about remastered games, there's always something that changes that people talk about.
Yeah. Well, Resident Evil 0 was its own game on its own, so we'll put that aside. Resident Evil 1, I would consider an almost 1-to-1 remaster of the first one.
Oh, okay. So except for that camera thing?
The camera thing is the same thing. So that's the one I just beat. Like I think yesterday, actually, I finished it again. The remaster, I just finished it, and the remaster is pretty much RE1, fixed camera angles. It was really, really good. Then you get into Resident Evil 2 remaster, but I would call it more like a reboot. They brought the series back. The story is there. A lot of the environments, like key things, key parts of the story are still there. Key scenery and stuff like that. Yeah. Key areas. But everything's completely different.
Like mechanics?
Everything, yeah. So you have the third person with, the movable camera, right? Mm-hmm. So it's not fixed camera angles. And obviously the graphics are super good. The story is the same but different. It's just a completely different game. Yeah. But I would still say if you're going to play Resident Evil, for someone who hasn't played, you definitely just play the remasters, because the remasters has all the quality of life improvements that you'd get from a more modern game. More replayability. The second one has 2 separate stories. You can play as Leon or Claire, and they both have... So when you beat the game as Leon, you can replay the game as Claire, and it's a different game, but the 2 stories in many ways connect.
I think I played that one. I think I did play...
You probably did, yeah.
That one.
Like, for example, you might do something with Leon in the story and unlock a certain door, and then when you go to Claire, that door is unlocked.
Oh.
Or certain areas are only accessible by Claire, and Leon will just be like, "Oh, I don't know what this is, not useful for me." But Claire actually physically, that'll be an item I can pick up.
Okay.
So it has this like together thing.
Yeah.
And as the games progress, they have the 2, they have the 3 remastered. We're talking about, but if we go back in time a little bit, they did make a 5 and a 6. So they made the 4 on Xbox, then a 5 on PS3. And
wait, so the 4 was not on PS? On PlayStation?
PS2.
It was on PS. Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
so like let's say this is 2004, I think. Then they made Resident Evil 5, which is just a continuation. That one's on PS3 and Xbox 360. They made a number 6. Those 2 were very different.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Capcom said we want to go into the, how you'd say, action-oriented. So it was a much less survival horror, more action, shooting, exploding, zombies, or I don't even think there were really zombies. It was more like monsters at this point. And then in the 7th one, which is a very high chance you've played it, maybe you don't remember, but the 7th one, that one, after a long break, they came out and they said, we're bringing horror back. We're bringing Resident Evil back to its roots. It was first person, which I prefer third person.
Okay.
But that's when the series restarted in a way and really got back popularity. That was called Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. All the games are called Biohazard, but
okay.
RE7 Biohazard.
You said Biohazard, I was like, that's familiar. And
Yes,
then I was like, oh, never mind.
because they don't always write Biohazard, almost more in Japan. Sometimes they would say Biohazard. The seventh one, it would say Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, like you get on the game.
Yeah.
Would say that. Then the 8th came out, the continuation, and now the 9th, which arguably I think is one of the best Resident Evil games they've ever released.
Oh.
Story is amazing. You can just pick it up and play it. You don't have to have ever played the other ones.
Yeah.
Absolute banger. I would highly recommend anybody to play it if they like action.
And do you feel like they came back to the roots like they said they would?
Oh, it's the best of the best. Actually scary. It'll scare the shit out of you.
Oh, yeah. I hate scary stuff.
Oh, well, if you don't like scary, very, very intense. Especially right at the beginning, you're being stalked by a giant monster called the Girl. And she eats your head off. And she's terrifying. And you have no weapons and you have to hide.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, you have nothing.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, she's only scared of light.
Oh.
So the only places when she starts chasing you is to run back to a main room where there's a light. She kind of gets burned and she runs away. Okay. And then you kind of sneak out back into the dark hallway and try to figure out your way out of the room. And then the large majority of the game is inside this like castle, which all the games kind of do that. You have like a beginning part of the game, then a big part of the game is this giant like castle.
Yeah. That
all the doors are locked and you're figuring out all these puzzles. Yeah, there's puzzles.
See, I'm better at the puzzle part. The scary part I'm not so good at.
Yeah. It's a mix for sure. I mean, you're kind of like crouching and walking around and there's a giant chef that'll chop your head off and a giant ogre that barely fits through the walls. He like breaks the walls to fit through it because he's massive. They call him Chunk, I think. Game's very good. And then and it switches between Claire and Leon, the two characters.
Again, Claire and Leon? Okay.
Yes. No, this one is not with Claire. It's Leon and a new character. Forgot her name right now.
It's okay.
Blonde. Yeah, new character. Anyways. Yeah. Moving forward into graphics cards.
Wait. Before we get into the graphics cards, you mentioned like briefly earlier that of course easy mode exists and blah blah blah. And I wanted to make a point to the non-gamers out there. If you're being initiated to a game or you're considering letting your gamer initiate you to games and stuff like that, easy mode exists on almost every game I've ever seen. And your gamer will likely be like, no, you have to play normal mode.
I was about to say that.
You see, I knew it. I saw it. All the gamers say that. You're allowed to insist to at least try easy mode. Or like if your gamer gets to experience the how discouraged it can be, how discouraging you can get when you're a noob playing like a new game, let them see how discouraged you get and then be like, see, next time can we try easy mode just so that I don't get discouraged so quickly. I'm just putting that out there, and gamers that are listening, let your noobs try easy mode just so that you can get them hooked to the story or the graphics, get them hooked a little bit and then be like, okay, can we switch to normal mode now? Just give it a chance.
What I'll say to that, I was actually going to say make sure you play on normal, not easy. But you're right. If you're not a gamer at all, easy mode is going to be really fun because you can experience the story. You don't have to worry so much.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of saving points, extra saving. Enemies, you're going to be way squishier. So squishy would mean like you have a lot of health. You can take a lot of damage. Yeah. Enemies are going to be not squishy, so they're going to take very little shots to kill. So it's going to make the game funner. And Resident Evil games will do things where you're given a lot of extra ammo, sometimes infinite ammo, certain weapons. And what's cool about the new Resident Evil games is they use a dynamic difficulty. So dynamic difficulty works like, doesn't matter. So if you choose normal mode, okay, and you're doing really well, you have tons of ammo, you've never really died, you're barely healing, you're barely saving, the game will get harder.
The game goes, nuh-uh.
Yeah, the game will get harder to keep it challenging at all times. I don't know if easy mode has dynamic, but it probably does. One thing I will say, if I hand you a controller, if you play on Xbox or you're familiar with at least a controller you might be familiar with, close your eyes and I give you a button prompt. If you can press that button with your eyes closed within half a second or less, probably you're okay to play normal mode.
Okay.
If you have no idea the buttons,
that is
definitely
perfect.
the easiest difficulty, because if you're just there trying to figure out how to move the character, there's no way you're going to play on normal mode of any game, right?
I feel like that is the perfect explanation. And I might clip that and share it on social media, because when I talk about being a forever noob, for example, people disagree because I game. But no, to this day, no, after years, if you put a remote in my hand, my remote, I have
Xbox, or
I keep calling it a remote. It's my thing.
Controller?
A controller. I have an emotional attachment controller that used to be my ex's, and when we broke up, I asked him if I could keep it because I was emotionally attached to it.
Okay, was it
And
Xbox,
it's an Xbox
layout?
It is Xbox.
So you don't know like right trigger, right bumper, A, B?
I can do right trigger, right bumper because it's right and left. And there's only like one. But then if you tell me X, Y, Z or
A, B,
whatever,
X, Y?
That. See,
Super easy.
I said X, Y, Z.
Okay.
I can't. And for years,
Okay.
I've been gaming on this particular.
You might be
controller.
an outlier because you could play the game on normal because you've played games.
I have played the game on normal, but that's the thing. And I think other like gamers, I think that's also super helpful. Is I played the game on normal, but I always had someone with me, someone guiding me. I didn't have to figure out everything on my own. He told me, okay, go get that plant, and then you're gonna get those 2 plants, and they're gonna make you medicine. Like I didn't have to figure any of that out. So I was basically on easy mode because someone was holding my hand the whole time. And that made normal mode way more
if
like.
If you know nothing
easy
about
for
Resident
me.
Evil, then easy might be a good start. Like if you don't know that you're gonna have to mix plants together, but the game tells you.
It does.
It does tell you if you
when
don't
you're a
skip
beginner
everything.
and you're doing this just to make your gamer happy, you really don't want to read everything.
Yeah, but why play a game just to make someone else happy?
Oh my
Now
god, it is so worth it though. When I learned Dota 2, for my ex for Valentine's Day. He cried. I surprised him. He was gone for a week. I learned Dota like in secret, and then I had his friends like ready in secret to play a game with us, and he cried.
Okay, well
And
that's
some people it means a lot to them.
Yeah, that I would say is a different, because you put in the work and you showed your appreciation, and gifts is the thought that matters, right? So you put in the time to be like on it was a birthday gift?
It was a Valentine's Day gift.
Valentine's Day gift. On Valentine's, we're going to play Dota, which is your favorite game. We're all going to play together.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But to just, no, actually, I have nothing to say to that. I will say, though, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no, go.
My girlfriend, she's not a gamer.
Yeah.
She does like to play City Skylines, which is like SimCity. It's like a city building game, so she does get like really into it, and you have to like pull her off the computer. Little does she know how fortunate she is that I have these great computers in the house that can run all these games she wants. And then she's like, oh, can I download my laptop? And then she sees how terrible it runs. And anyways, and we've also played like It Takes Two. We didn't play that much, but you don't need to be a gamer, I think, to be able to enjoy like couples games.
Couch co-op type games.
Couch co-op games, yeah. And well, she hates scary games, so I can't even have Resident Evil. She hates zombies, so I can't even have the game the sound on with her in the room, right? So if I hear her coming downstairs, I pause the game.
Oh, okay.
It depends. If we're gonna watch something, I exit the game. If she's gonna do her own thing, I'll put my headphones on just out of respect, because I don't want to scare her. She can't do it. But she's not a gamer, but she has no problem with controls on.
But she's also, and this is something I've noticed, she's also super fit and does a lot of like fitness stuff. And so her hand-eye coordination and all that is very developed.
Okay, maybe.
I think that helps, because I've noticed, I've always had a bad hand-eye. I'm the clumsiest person everyone knows.
Were you ever good at like Guitar Hero or anything like that?
Oh,
or Rock Band? Because that's a lot of hand-eye coordination.
I never was really that great at it. And I'm super
practice.
Musical, but I was never that great at it. But I've never had that hand-eye. Like I've always been bad at it. My whole life has been like that. So it wasn't like to be expected.
Because I'm sure you remember us playing like crazy.
Yeah, well that's the thing. And okay, that is part of our cousin lore that the podcast might be interested in, because I talk a lot about couch co-ops, because I'm always on the hunt for good couch co-ops. And when I do talk about couch co-ops on this podcast, I talk about like growing up and watching my cousins play games and stuff like that. And when I talk about that, that's mainly Red and his brother and sister,
Anthony, yeah.
That because they're
And Matthew Michael too.
Yeah, Matthew Michael
too. They were over at the house too.
And you're the cousins arguably that I saw the most growing up.
Yes.
So that and I think a lot of like my attachment to couch co-ops and my search for that type of like fun comes from growing up and living that, and my attraction to gaming and what I do like about gaming comes from that feeling of community that it brought when we were kids, you know.
And I think a lot of the couch co-op really changed because of online.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, now you can just play online. It's better, but arguably it's worse.
I know. For me, I'm sad. I wish gaming was, and I'm not a gamer, but I wish it was what it was when I was a kid, and we were all together and sharing controllers, and you know, I don't know. That for me is like what I wish gaming was.
I still do it. Like now we have a tradition with 2 or 3 of my friends. We've done it 2 years in a row now. We go up to the chalet, bring usually some type of like emulator. So we have like PS1.
Emulator means a console?
Yeah. Well, you know, have you heard of? So there's the PS1 Mini, which is like a PS1 Classic. It's like a little mini PlayStation 1 that they recently sold. When I say recently, I mean like in the last like 10 years.
Okay.
And it had like a bunch of games pre-installed. It was like Sony re-releasing the PS1. It was like PS1 Classic. Emulator is essentially emulating a console. So you can have a computer. I'm sure you've heard, like, you can play PS1 games on your computer, PS2, PS3, right? So an emulator would be like what runs the game. So usually we'd bring like some sort of computer or some sort of console with PS1 games, PS2 games, N64 games, and we would just like play.
All with controllers on the same...
Yeah, we would either play together at the same time because we'd have multiple controllers, or we'd just like all sit on the couch and one person would just like play a classic game that we all remember from our childhood. And you're at Saint Sauveur, was where Alicia did the wedding, right? That's where we would go. We were at Saint Sauveur and you're just chilling. There's nothing to do, right? I mean, you walk up the mountain once or twice, but you're just relaxing. You're like de-stressing from life, disconnecting. There is internet there now, but for a long time there was no internet, so it was really like you were just chilling. So we just play games.
I love that because when I complain about the fact that we don't have that anymore, as like in the gaming, it's not as common. I'll like a bunch of people in front of a one screen, you know.
Yes.
People always go like, oh, but you know, like the guys I've dated, they always do LAN parties, and for me, it's not the same. First of all, I don't like traveling with my PC. I don't like having to replug it and unplug it. It's so much.
Well, it's good having a gaming laptop.
Yeah, but these guys are always traveling. I never see guys with gaming laptops in these LAN parties. It's always their full PC, and they're bringing foldable tables, and then the house is like full of tables and chairs.
That's super fun, though.
I totally get it, but it's not 10 people in front of a TV. You know?
No.
And that's, like, for me, LAN parties will never compare to that.
And a lot of my earliest memories of gaming is sitting and watching someone play. Like, watching my brother play Zelda on Super Nintendo or PS1 games. Because he was always older. So it was like, he would be able to beat it.
Yeah.
An impossible game. Like, there was an age where the beginning level of a game... that was all you played because there was no fathoming to continue further than like the 2 things you were capable of doing. Eventually you get better, or you played simple games like Street Fighter or something like that.
Yeah, and you all get together to watch the cousin that can beat the next level. We all get together and we watch him beat that level that no one can beat, right?
Yeah, and I don't know if you remember, like every year we would, in the summer, we would do like a chalet with your mom, my mom, the kids would come, everyone would come, right?
Yeah.
And often we'd play games. I remember one chalet, Fallout 3 had just came out. Have you heard of Fallout?
Yeah. I've heard of Fallout, but I don't remember Fallout when we were younger.
Infinite playing. Infinite. Yeah. We were just glued. And then one chalet we went to, the Wind Waker came out.
Wind Waker, I don't remember
so
that
Zelda,
either.
the Wind Waker.
Oh, Zelda, my bad.
Yeah, that was on GameCube. Non-stop, just couldn't get off it. Yeah. Zelda's really addicting because puzzle games are addicting. There's always something to do, and I feel a lot of games have lost that. I don't feel like there's many now. Well, now most games that come out, it's just how can we retain the user as long as possible onto the game and sell them as many things as possible? We've lost the essence of here's a game and the game is released and that's the game. DLC is fine, like extra bonus content as the game progresses.
Wait,
but
DLC?
Downloadable content.
Oh, yeah. I knew
Expansion
that.
packs.
Yeah.
Right?
So recently in an episode, I explained patches. DLC are not patches. Like, they don't, like, patches are
Updates.
like updates. You can't play the game unless you've updated it if it's an online game.
Yes. Or patches are to fix things.
Yeah. But downloadable content or a DLC is going to be more add-ons that not everybody has to have.
No. Sometimes it'll be an extra story. Mm-hmm. Sometimes some games, like for example Destiny, which is a free game now, what it used to be free. You had the first version of the game. Then instead of releasing Destiny 2, they released an expansion pack. You'd pay the expansion. It'd be like $80, like a full game. But it would just extend the game. It would be a very big and very long. Some games will have a little DLC. It'll just be like a little extra story, a couple hours of play or even less. A lot of games these days, DLC just means like a skin. Or just pay $1 like Call of Duty, and loot boxes. Those are the worst in terms of like,
loot boxes is kind of
hits.
If I'm remembering, it's like at our den, like a surprise bag.
Yeah.
Right? Like you don't know what's gonna be in it. You buy it for the rush of the surprise, basically.
Yeah. So a lot of games have really pushed the dopamine hit of the loot box, the season pass.
Yeah.
Season pass giving you that FOMO.
Yeah.
Fear of missing out. So you're like, oh, the season's continuing. I want to get to the end of the pass. I want to finish it, unlock all the things.
Yeah, what he's saying here is
season
passes is like, instead of buying the game one shot, it's a monthly. You have to pay monthly, right?
You don't always need. Yeah, they want you to buy every time there's a new season. It's not a monthly thing. Sometimes a new season.
Okay, that's not what I'm thinking about. Like some games, like I think World of Warcraft. But that's not a season pass. That's not what you're saying.
No, World of Warcraft would actually be paid to actually play the game.
Okay, so season pass is for extra.
Season pass. A lot of times it'll be part of the online. A lot of online games have season passes, like. Just play and get and level up in the game, and then you'll unlock extra things.
Okay, those don't cost necessarily money.
A lot of times they have the free part, so it'll be like 100 levels to a season pass.
Yeah.
Those 100 levels, you'll have like 10 or 20 free like unlocks. So you can go from like level 1 to level 5 in the season pass out of 100. Level 5, if you don't pay, you'll get something for free at level 5. If you paid the $30 or whatever it is, you'll unlock something level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. You'll unlock something at every 100 levels.
Okay, I remember.
If you've ever played Call of Duty, I'm sure Hearthstone.
Yeah, like I had my own leveling things, my own rewards, but if I paid, I had better and extra rewards.
Yeah, and you get better stuff usually.
Yes,
Cooler skins, all the stuff you can flex upon all your friends that you spent money on the game. Like a good example of where gaming is going is the new game Skate, right?
Never heard. It's a skateboard game?
Skateboarding game. Okay. Skate 4. So they had Skate 1, Skate 2, Skate 3. That was all on PS3 and Xbox 360. Those games revolutionized skateboarding games because before it was Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
You would press X to ollie, square, and it would do a flip trick. Triangle to grind, and then eventually it turned into a game where you're grinding on like power lines and triple backflipping, like unrealistic stuff.
Yeah. So
Skate brought skateboarding to its basics. Now you didn't press X to ollie, you flicked the analog stick down and then up really fast, like a real skateboard, and then it would do ollies. The game was like very hard.
So
very rewarding.
before Skate. Other skateboard games just copied Tony Hawk's game?
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much only had Tony Hawk.
There was no other.
There was clones, but they never really stuck.
Oh, okay.
Not like Tony Hawk did. And that kind of killed the Tony Hawk Pro Skater franchise when Skate came out. So Skate 1, 2, 3, amazing games, no DLC BS. Maybe they had a couple little extra things, but that was the PS3. Those was the early days of gaming where you bought a game and you have the entire game, a story. Skate 4... they were like, finally, we're coming back. It's been 15 years since the skate game. You guys have been asking for it. We're bringing it back. Oh my God. The heaven is coming to earth for us skate fans.
Yeah.
Free to play. Oh my God. Now it's starting. So you can't buy the game. The game is free. What does it mean, free? Nothing in life is free.
Yeah.
So the game is just packed with buy.
Ugh.
And there's no story. It's a always online game. It's not even a game. It's so boring. They destroyed the game. They could have made so much money. They could have, you know what? They're probably making more money now because
probably.
There's a reason why
they're doing that.
Yeah. I think Call of Duty makes a couple million a month.
Eesh.
Selling Battle Pass, which is a season pass.
Yeah.
They call it Battle Pass, skins, and all that BS. The game is free. Call of Duty's free.
Yeah.
The online game.
Yeah.
Sorry, not the multiplayer, but like Warzone and Battle Royale. That's free.
Yeah.
They make all their money from that. Most people don't even buy the Black Ops 7 or 8 that they're out. I think they're at 8. I'm not sure. Because you could buy the game for $100, get the story mode and everything. People just play online with their friends, and usually it's Battle Royale.
But wait, because you in the last skate, you said there's no story, and I gotta admit, this is fully my biases. I've watched you play many skate games when we were kids. Never have I realized there was a story to these games.
Yeah, it's full story. Like you're an up and coming skater, and you're trying to get known, and the guy's trying to film you, and there's all these objectives, and there's an actual story to it, and they actually put pro skateboarders in the game. You'd walk up to them, you'd skate to them, talk to them, and it'd be like, oh, it's Tony Hawk or Bam Margera or Nigel Houston, or maybe in the later games Nigel Houston because he was a kid. And Andrew Reynolds come up to them and be like, oh man, do this flip, and we're gonna take a crazy photo, and then you get like a prize, and you continue through the story, right? In the new one, I mean, it's just like, collect the coins.
Interesting, because for me, watching you play as a kid skateboarding games was a lot like when I would sit outside and watch you skateboard. I was watching because it was fun to watch the tricks, So when I watched you play the game, I was watching for the tricks. I never realized that there was story.
Yeah, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, until they got to the Underground games, Tony Hawk Underground, there wasn't a story, but it was objectives. That was okay for the time. And when I say okay, I don't mean to put it lightly. The games were outstanding. I mean, it put Tony Hawk on the map. It put skateboarding on the map.
Yeah.
It literally brought skateboarding to the masses. And that was what Tony Hawk wanted to do when he didn't make the game. It was a Neversoft, but he came in as a consultant and not only put his name on it, but made the game what it is. The Neversoft people weren't skateboarders, but they learned how to skateboard, and they enveloped themselves in skateboarding, right? Those are PS1 games. On PS2, they released Tony Hawk Underground, which had a whole story where you were like this underground skater, and your friend eventually like steals your super video that's gonna make you a millionaire because you did a McTwist over a helicopter. And
wait, is McTwist actually?
Yes, McTwist. So it's like a 360 and I think a front flip at the same time.
It's called I love skate.
It's called a McTwist.
Yeah, I love
so
that.
you do a McTwist between two buildings, ridiculous, not realistic, over a helicopter.
Of course.
And it's all on video. And your friend steals the tape and says, "That was me."
No.
And so now the story goes from me
There is a story. I'm invested now.
Yeah, so beginning, the first few levels, it's you progressing and then hitting that super trick and then finding out that your friend stole it, and now he's the famous millionaire, but he's not even that good of a skater. I mean, he was okay.
And the worst part is, in
the
real
rest
life,
is redeeming yourself. These things happen.
Because it's so doable. Because I've watched plenty. Because I grew up watching you skate, so I enjoy watching YouTube skateboarders, even though I've never skateboarded. And when you watch them, the camera has to be really far away to catch that flip in the air from them to the ground.
That's it.
So they're so tiny little specks.
Could have been anyone.
Yeah.
I mean, the way the game, I mean, it's a game. So
you have to have like your signature bike with flashy colors if you really, really want people to be able to spot you.
And he's, at the time you're not known.
Yeah.
So could have been anyone. And you're jumping between two buildings and a helicopter, right?
Yeah.
That was the first one. Second one was a whole Bam Margera game. You know Bam Margera?
No, is that a skateboarder?
Yes, but he played Viva La Bam.
What's
He also
that?
played in Jackass. If you
Viva
watched
La
it, you know
Bam?
Jackass.
Jackass, yeah.
Okay. He's one of the main guys. Is
Really?
Bam Margera. Yeah, so you have Johnny Knoxville, Bam Margera. There's a couple main. He's definitely part of the main crew. He was the crazy one who made a lot of money very young and was very reckless and did a lot of crazy shit. Back then, you can do anything on TV. Now you can't get away with anything.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the point is that the second underground game was all about Bam Margera. Wasn't that great? Super cringe now looking back. You want to just shoot yourself watching it because it's so cringe. But they tried.
Yeah.
Anyways, getting back into Skate 4, it's called a live service game. So you have to be online to play it.
Okay, wait.
Yeah, live service.
I've never heard live service before.
Live service would mean the game is always online. It doesn't exist if the servers are offline.
Okay.
And usually those types of games means the game is not a product. You are the product. The product is you, right? Most games are like that these days. You are the product.
Yeah.
They are finding a way to get you on the game and sell you whatever it is. Either giving you ads, showing you ads, or selling you downloadable content.
There's games that show you ads in game?
Maybe
so
some
much,
games,
yeah.
but I just mean in general.
So
YouTube. Sorry to interrupt. YouTube.
Yeah, you're the product.
You are the
consuming
product.
ads.
TikTok, you are the product. But
I didn't see that in games because what are they getting? Because I'm not seeing ads in games. And if I'm not spending money, how they're analyzing my data?
You may not see ads directly. So maybe in a game like Skate,
placements.
You'll see product placements for sure. You'll also very, very much see season pass.
Yeah.
Skins. It's for the Skate game, downloadable things, extra maps. So be like, oh, you have the free game. Yeah. It's all great, but you want the new map that just recently released that I didn't even open the game because I heard you had to pay to get the map.
Yeah.
Which is actually the good map that everyone wants.
Yeah, of course.
And now you got to pay for it.
Yeah.
And so live service is supposed to be cool because like, oh, the seasons change and we make updates and the game is always changing. That's great. But we don't even have a game. It's not even a game.
Yeah.
It's suck your life and your wallet product. So it hurts to see that. And that's why when new games like Resident Evil come out, not only they do really well, but it keeps you hooked and you feel good and you play it because it's a game.
Yeah.
You buy the game, you play it. There is like a, deluxe edition. People have been doing that for years. Like, pay a little extra and get like extra skins.
Yeah.
But,
that's a little more normal.
Yeah, be able to play the game one day earlier than everyone. That I don't really like. But anyways, they do that.
But
yeah.
But just before we move on too much from live service, because I'm still learning it. What you're describing, a lot of games now are live service, no? Or does
Yes.
So is that just like a tag that like died because now we're just calling them online games, or is that like a tag that people actually use?
Yeah, live service. Yeah. Everyone uses live service. That's what they would call it. So Skate would be considered live service. Call of Duty,
World of
Battle
Warcraft?
Royale, live service. World of Warcraft, definitely. I don't think people really called it that. It is a live service game because if the servers are offline, there's no game to play.
So that basically any game that if the servers are offline, you can't play, that's live service. No.
I'm not the super expert. I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
In general, but when people mostly talk about these days a live service game, you're generally talking about that fact, and also most of the time it's coupled with the game being free. And free is in major air quotes because it is far from free, right? Just like these mobile games, right? You download the game.
I hate that, yeah.
And it's like you get a little bit and then it's like, oh, wait 30 minutes to do the next thing. Or click this button and watch an ad, right?
Yeah.
You are the product, right? How about this? Give me a price, $10.
And then leave me alone.
Give me the game.
Yeah.
Right? So games are great when I can just buy the game. But doesn't make as much money, apparently. I mean, like I said, Call of Duty makes like, I think 10 million a month.
Off of those
maybe
little
even more.
extras. I'm sure Fortnite's the same.
Yeah. Roblox is absolutely killing it. And I think it's free. but it's not really free. You know, kids are still daddy, mommy's credit card, and they're buying stuff. But Roblox not too bad. Roblox has its own problems, like predators who play the game and chat with children and stuff like that. So that's a problem.
I feel like if I do address Roblox on this podcast, I want a parent that has like a gaming child, like an educated parent with me on the pod, you know, to really, like, if ever I'm going to address Roblox, which I feel like someday I do, I want like an informed parent on.
Maybe you can have a kid and then a parent.
Yeah, something like that, like a team.
Because the kids could talk about why they like it.
Yeah, exactly. So like that is on my mind, but it's gonna take more effort to achieve that.
There's a lot of problems with Roblox, a lot of problems with Discord. In terms of predators on Discord and the other type of content that is illegal that is shared on Discord.
Oh yeah.
I can't say the words. I could say CP. Yeah. That's all I can say. Do you know what it means, CP?
Yeah.
There's a lot of that on Discord.
I did not know about that.
Yeah, that's like one of the main places people share those things.
Because Discord is encrypted, or?
No, because it's very easy to create a server. Very easy for the world to be able to just you can go on a website which has every server and you just type in keywords. So you can just type in the people in those places know the keywords they type in.
Sneaky words like drugs have their own names.
Yes. Yeah. And then you can exactly.
Yeah.
Substances you can buy through Discord. So
I had not realized.
Pay through Cash App or whatever. And the problem is that sometimes people will invade servers and then post all that stuff on these invaded servers.
That's awful.
Yeah.
But I think from what I understand, you can make a server that's not public
make it
access,
private,
right? Okay. Because I recently did an episode trying to explain a bit Discord to non-gamers. I did not know about all those issues, and my explanation was very like
I think the easiest way to explain Discord for non-gamers is it's a gaming Skype. Everyone knows Skype.
I compared it to Skype or
FaceTiming.
Teams.
Teams. Yeah. There it is. Yeah. So, I would say Teams because everyone uses Teams now.
But the analogy I used, because I'm like, let's say someone really doesn't know those programs. The analogy I used, and now I guess I'm repeating myself, but I compared it to like Discord being a city and servers being houses and businesses. Whereas like in those houses, there's rooms and you have access to those rooms unless the owner of the house has put restrictions.
Amazing. Yeah.
And whenever you're in a house, you're always in a room, whether it's the entrance or, you know, you're always in a general chat or you're always in something, you know. So that's kind of what I used. And I hope it helps people understand.
You have like a house, general rooms that usually everyone has access to, and it's chat. And then you have voice. Yeah. But it's what made a difference is that in Discord, you don't call people.
No, you just show up.
But it's usually like open chat rooms.
Yeah, you stay there, and then when sometimes someone shows up or
in
not,
and out,
it's like you show yourself being like, "Hey, I'm here now. If someone wants to show up, I'm here."
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I haven't been in Discord for a while. I used to play a lot, especially during COVID, a lot of Call of Duty Warzone. So the chat would be maxed out, like 20 people in one room, and we'd all be playing. And, you know, obviously it's squads of 4, and so we'd have multiple chats, but there'd always be like one main where everyone's talking. And sometimes you may not even be playing a game. You just pop in, you know, or you're playing, no one's online. You just pop in just to say, "Hey, I'm online." And then it just slowly starts filling up. It's like a restaurant. You walk by a restaurant and there's no one in there. A lot of times you don't walk in either. Yeah. You're hungry. You're looking. There's 6 restaurants to choose from. Why is this one empty? And then this other one that's packed. And maybe you don't want to go in the packed one, but you're intrigued. Yeah. You're like, why is everyone in there? So for me, when I look for a restaurant, I'll go for like a medium pack. But sometimes you walk to an empty restaurant, you're the only one there, and you feel kind of shy. You're like, oh, like, first thing, are they open? What's going on? And like, I'm the only one there, and it's all eyes on you. Yeah. Like, even the chef like turns around, like, oh shit, we gotta. Oh, no, it's okay. We got a customer.
Well, yeah, I cuss on my podcast. It's fine. But that's what you're saying is also true because of people not wanting to be the first one, the only one there. If the listeners have listened to previous episodes, I did an episode on Among Us. I had a group that I was playing a lot with, and we would say like we log on at like meet up at 7, you know, And I could tell that people did not want to be the first ones because my boyfriend and I would log on. It's 7:05. We log on. Pop, 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 pop.
Yeah,
everyone's just waiting.
It always happens. Yeah. Oh, I'll see you at 7, and then people are like,
they're just waiting. They don't want to be the first.
yeah, maybe they're eating or they're hanging around. Like, oh well, no one's in the server yet, so I guess we're delayed. And then all of a sudden, there's 1. Then 2.
Yeah, everyone's
and then the FOMO kicks in. You're like, oh shit, log in. Yeah, I'll be there in 2 minutes. Let me just start on my computer. Don't like hop in without me,
Yeah.
Among Us is not bad because I think it could be a lot of people at once.
Yeah, you can be like up to 15, but I've never been able to get up to 15.
Call of Duty was different.
It's 4 at a time.
4 max at a time.
So you want to be there not too late.
If you want to play with certain people, you see them online, you better log in before it packs up with someone else, and then you're kicked off and you're on the side squad, the secondary choice squad, let's say. And going into graphics cards, because we were talking about Resident Evil.
Yes, you mentioned something about that.
Nvidia recently released... they did a showcase of DLSS 5.
Okay, wait. Nvidia, to start off with, is a company that makes hardware for computers.
Yeah.
Or specifically only graphics cards?
I think they
do other things in graphics cards.
They only make graphics cards.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, they make graphics cards and maybe more. Who knows?
I think they only do graphics cards a lot, but not necessarily all for gaming. Some are for now, especially AI or video editing, specialized server equipment, mostly just graphics processors. So they recently released a demo of DLSS 5. What DLSS is?
Yeah.
It's the name is called Deep Learning Super Sampling. Okay.
Deep Learning Super Sampling.
Yes, but it doesn't matter what it means.
Yeah, who cares?
Everyone knows there's DLSS and AMD has FSR.
AMD is another company, and FSR, who cares?
Is like DLSS, right?
Okay. And that's like a tag that's on a graphics card.
No, so what DLSS does is if the game supports it, let's say you're playing a game at 4K.
Okay.
Right? So high resolution.
Yeah.
And your PC, it's not running very well.
Okay.
Because you need a better graphics card, usually. And the game is really intense.
And normally what happens there is that your frame rate?
Yeah, your frame rate is low. Your FPS is low. Your frames are low. You're getting like 30 frames at 4K. You put all the settings on low.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't make a difference.
Okay.
What DLSS does is it says, okay, your game's 4K. We're going to actually render... We're going to render the entire game at 1080p. So a quarter of the resolution.
Okay.
And then we're going to use AI or other tricks to then upscale it to 4K. So you can barely tell the difference. Oh my God, it looks like 4K.
Okay.
So you're playing at 4K, but in the background is doing special tricks, which makes the game actually run at 1080p, which your PC can probably play very well.
Okay.
So it gives you huge boosts in frame rates.
Okay.
Now, there was DLSS 1, DLSS 2, 3, 4, 4.5, all the different iterations in between that improved upon it. The first DLSS, you saw weird jagged edges, hair would look kind of like ghosty, and weird things would happen because it's upscaling. It's not perfect. It's not just doing one thing and everything's perfect. Looking at a fence could look all ghosty and weird because it's downscaling and upscaling in real time.
Okay, and that would be the fault of the DLSS, not the game.
Not the game. No, that's fault of DLSS. And the latest DLSS that released 4.5 is outstanding. You can barely tell with it on or off.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? So if you have a 4K screen, you don't want to be playing under 4K. You don't want to play it at 1080p. It's going to look terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought
you don't want to lower
4K is like I can go up to 4K.
No, if you have a 4K screen, any screen you have, you always ideally want to play at the native resolution. So if it's a 1080p screen, play at 1080p.
Okay.
If it's a 1440p screen, you play at 1440p. 4K monitors can play on 1440p and look very good still, but when you go down to 1080p, it just looks terrible. I would say arguably worse than just a native 1080p screen. So you don't want to lower the resolution.
Okay.
You'll enable DLSS. Everything stays the same. The game looks amazing, and it's running sometimes double the speed.
And that's like enabling DSS is something you have to go in your computer settings or the game settings?
In the game. Yeah,
Oh,
you would go to graphics, DLSS on, and then you have performance mode or medium. Pretty much you have like different modes. You have like performance, so the game will run as hard as as fast as possible, but it's not going to look that good. And then you have quality mode where it'll look as close to 4K as possible and a small boost. So each have different boosts, and DLSS 4.5, the latest one, you can go to performance mode, and it looks just as good as previous generations in quality mode, right? So you're getting huge boost in performance, and it looks amazing. Quality mode is like you can barely tell the difference, right? And it does a lot of things. DLSS 5, the latest demo they did, they demoed Resident Evil 9.
Look, when they were launching it, that's the example they used.
It was a little bit later. Yeah, after the game launched, they said Nvidia has a keynote every year. They do like an event, and they're like, "What we're working on, the DLSS 5, before and after." And when they would turn it on, the game looked completely different. I mean, all of a sudden, the girl had lipstick on, and her eyes were bright, and the face, everything was different.
Oh, the AI was kind of like trying to make it prettier.
People were saying like, Nvidia said we didn't use any AI filter, TikTok filter.
Bullshit.
Right? I don't know yet.
Really?
But
for
there
me,
was
that's
a lot.
Immediately
Yeah, there was a lot of I thought it looked better, but I understand that it took away from the original game.
It's supposed to make it look like what the game's supposed to look like, not enhance or whatever.
It's supposed to be able to just have better performance.
Yeah.
And but this time it used dynamic. But they said it was all lighting. The lighting is incredible in DLSS 5. So it uses, I don't know what it does, but it turns games looking from old games to like almost photorealistic. It's actually unbelievable. And I'll send you the demo. You can watch at a later date. It's like 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
It shows you a bunch of games, befores and afters, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
But you can't like put an OG Zelda through a DLSS and it look picture.
They're kind of saying yes.
What?
So right now, it's really easy to add DLSS to any game that was coded in Unreal Engine. A lot of games are made under Unreal Engine, and you can just literally drop a file in, and now it has DLSS enabled.
And for the listeners out there, game engines is something I do want to address someday. Like it's going to be its own episode. But what did you say? Real Engine? Unreal Engine.
Yeah.
That's like a program that people use to help them make games so that they don't have to do it all from scratch. Exactly. If I'm dumbing it down. But there will 100%. Be eventually like a full episode on game engines.
Yeah, Unreal Engine's probably one of the most popular ones.
Yeah.
Essentially, you can use their engine for free. You can make your game. When you publish the game, I think you have to pay them like 30% of all your earnings, something like that.
Yeah.
Which the real winner is whoever made, the company that made Unreal Engine. Yeah. They're the ones that are winning because there are so many games running on Unreal Engine. And you as like just a regular person can actually make amazing games, beautiful looking games with all the modern features. It looks like you have a whole team because you're using Unreal Engine.
Yeah.
Some companies make their own engines, Resident Evil. It's called the RE engine.
Oh.
So they have their own engine. Assetto Corsa is a racing game that I play. They have their own engines, which is a racing engine, that does all the physics for cars. They make their own. There are racing games on Unreal Engine, right? But Unreal Engine is very easy to spot. They have certain things that they do, and then the performance is not that great. It's been getting better, Unreal Engine is not really known for great performance, but it's getting better. DLSS just makes everything great. So, big controversy with DLSS 5, and the big thing is, will it run on all graphics cards, right? So you need an Nvidia graphics card. But if you only have like the generation that came out a few years ago, sometimes they like lock you out. They say, oh, you're going to get the DLSS 5, but you won't have the new AI upscale BS thing included. You need to buy the 5th gen, which is the latest one, the 5000 series, or the 6000 maybe is going to come out next, which is great. But AI is really causing a lot of problems.
Yeah, of course.
Because prices are going up significantly. I don't know if you noticed computer prices, parts for computers.
That's why
anything RAM.
Originally, for like a little like behind the scenes for the listeners out there, when Red and I were trying to decide what we were going to talk about today, the idea Absinthe had pitched that we would talk about graphics cards, and one of the reasons he wanted us to talk about graphics cards and stuff like that is, addressing like the pricing and why gamers are, and eventually we will address that, but I totally understand.
Apparently this RAM shortage bubble is going to pop and is already starting to pop, and prices are starting to come down, though Samsung did recently say they're raising prices again by 30%. But in general, this RAM apocalypse, people call it.
RAM apocalypse? I haven't heard it. I love it.
It's not just RAM the issue. So RAM would be like the memory on your computer.
Yeah.
Not your hard drive space, but the memory. It's hard to really explain, but
we'll dive deeper another day.
That RAM skyrocketed in price. The thing is, RAM or these storage chips are on everything. They're not just on RAM. They're on your graphics card. They're on your SSDs, your storage, like your not your hard drives, your solid state drives, but for the noobs, they're on your hard drives essentially. So when RAM goes up, graphics cards go up. They double, they triple. Your storage doubles and triples. So now buying a 1 terabyte of space, instead of costing $100, now it costs $200. Your phone goes up in price. Your laptop goes up in price because all the chips are soldered on. All the phones have RAM and storage, so that compound effects.
Yeah,
everything goes up, and it's been a real pain to build computers because one of the things I do that I've been doing for a few years is I flip computers.
Yeah.
Right? So I scour marketplace for people who do their ads poorly. They're underpricing what it is, or they're generally, usually it's really bad description, bad photos, and you're the first one to message them. I'm not scamming people. I just see the value.
Yeah.
And I can tell that it's worth more. And a lot of times, these deals, the computers, I feel terrible for anybody else in the world that would have bought it except for me.
Because you know what you're doing. I know. Yeah.
I buy these computers and they're built poorly, very badly maintained. And if they would have sold it to anyone, they'd have never been able to get it working.
Yeah.
I will take a computer, not only clean it internally, usually rewire it, usually maintain it, fix it up, change all the things that have to be changed, make it look gamery. A lot of times I'll just add RGB fans and people go crazy.
People love RGB.
Yeah, and then install Windows properly, install Microsoft Office, and make really beautiful Facebook ads. Right?
Yeah, you're good at that too.
And videos and everything, and I'm able to take a computer that maybe I paid $400, and I generally try to make $200 profit. So for 2 hours of work, $100 an hour, you go pick up the computer, come back, reinstall Windows. That's the lucky side. Sometimes it takes a little longer. Sometimes it takes a bit of money. But flipping a computer is very possible if you know how the inside of a computer works.
Yeah.
You can, through it pretty much, because I have my business that's only seasonal. So during the winter, I made most of all the money I made to sustain my living was just buying and selling computers. Yeah. There was times where I had like usually was buying and selling about 4 to 5 computers a week.
Oh, wow.
Right? So at $200 a pop. Some of my best sales were I made $700 on one computer.
Wow.
Because it was just a smoking deal.
Yeah.
600 on one. Most of the time it's just 200. Sometimes a 150. Sometimes you just break even.
Yeah.
Laptops are the worst. Anyways, we won't get to it.
It's true.
Do not buy laptops
on Marketplace.
Yes, because 2 reasons: wear and tear. They're usually in poor condition, and people are very anal about, there's a little scratch here, scratch there, versus a desktop. People don't really care. Yeah. I bought computers with a dent on the side, and I just hammered a dent out. There's a slight dip. Yeah. I post a photo, say, there's a little dip here. No one cares.
No one cares.
A laptop, you got half a scratch, and people are like, I want $50 off because it's scratched right here. Yeah, and I get it, because you're staring at it all day, especially when there's a scratch on the screen. The keyboards will scratch the screens. So a used laptop, you open the screen and it's all scratched, and you can't really tell, but sometimes on the screen is white.
Yeah.
You see the scratches, the indents of the keyboard. And the second thing is, if a laptop has problems, it's very expensive to fix. A lot of times it's happened before. I buy a computer for $200 and it needs a new motherboard, and the motherboard's $600. So pretty much it's a paperweight. Yeah. It's useless.
Yeah.
Throw it out a window. No one's going to repair it. You can't even give it away. And sometimes I've had to break even by selling it in a fashion like, okay, it runs, it's fine, but there's no audio.
Yeah.
So I'll sell it the price I paid it, in very good condition, cleaned, working, saying the audio doesn't work.
Yeah.
But you could use a USB audio card.
Yeah, exactly.
And then some guy who's a programmer is like, oh, I just need the computer. It's a really good price. Audio, I don't care. I have a USB.
And they'll grab it.
And I get out of it. But when I bought it, trust me, the audio was supposed to be working, right?
Yeah,
so it's easy to get screwed.
No,
Desktop,
you're honest.
I mean, there's so many parts you can change. If one thing's broken, you just replace it.
Yeah.
Right?
See, this is why I call you my computer messiah, because you can't help it. You're like, we're talking about I don't know what. Now we're talking about building computers. And then you said, okay, we're going to move on. And you're like, but wait, don't buy laptops online.
Yeah. I don't want to drown the viewers in...
I love it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, if there is a podcast that goes deeper into computer hardware, definitely you can call me. I could have a lot to say about that.
I think it'll be interesting eventually to address those topics. Yeah. So before we end the episode, what I do at the end of all my episodes is that I offer the guests, if they want to plug. If not, I plug people in my life. Because normally my guests don't have anything they want to plug, but you do. I mean, you have your own business.
Well, I have my own business. I was thinking of plugging someone else.
You can.
Okay. I'm going to plug something that is going to be more effective.
Okay.
Because your viewers might come from all the way around the world.
I know. So far, I'm plugging only Montreal things because I want to give love to friends and family, So.
I agree. And I'm trying to think. I'll probably go with Mivania again.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, if you're looking to so a lot of times personal training is local, right? You're there, you're in person. What she offers is online coaching.
Oh, okay. So when I plugged Mivania in Discord, I did not know that.
Exactly. So she offers online coaching. You can find her website, mivaniahenry.com.
Yeah, it's going to be in the description.
Yeah, that would be MIVANIAHENRY.com, mivaniahenry.com. And she offers online coaching. So either you can just buy, you would get in contact with her, tell her what your needs are, and she can make a custom program for you. But more important, if you're new at the gym, you're uncertain, you just need help, you need guidance, she can do video calls, phone calls, FaceTime, all that, while you're there working out, or after your workout, some questions, form check, and then modify programs, everything. And the prices are very good, especially compared to in-person training, right? Oh. In-person training, it's about $60 a session. Here, for a small monthly fee, you can have, someone who's essentially following you around at a distance and helping you through your fitness journey. And,
I love that because I've been wanting to comfort, because your mom, my aunt, goes to see Mivania. I see her on Instagram all the time. I love it. But I've been wanting to see Mivania, but I live so far. I hadn't even considered that there might be an online option.
Yes. Yeah, if you wanted to just get started, even if you didn't want to go to the gym, you just wanted to work out at home and just some advice. Well, yeah, some people, they work out at home. They have a couple weights.
Yeah.
You don't need weights. A gym is always best.
Yeah.
Because the environment is way more motivating.
Mm-hmm.
And
absolutely.
I'll tell you, anyone that's ever trained, take a weight that you do. Let's say you do 40 pounds bench press, whatever. Do that exact same weight at home. I guarantee you it's going to feel at least double the weight. It'll feel so much heavier, and it's just, everything is harder. It's less motivating. During COVID, I will tell you, everything was a grind. Things that were easy at the gym, the home has so many distractions. Yeah.
Well, I suck at working out at home, but I've never tried to compare. But for sure, I'm always more motivated at the gym. Just the fact that there's other people.
Yes.
And when I took kickboxing, I remember my coach in kickboxing would really put the accent on that. I think after having been through him, I realized that I had this effect at the gym where he would tell us, don't give up, because you're influencing everyone else in the class to give up.
Oh, that's good.
And so he's like, he created this motivation in us to push our limits, by thinking about everyone else, of being like, I'm keeping the vibe. alive and stuff like that. He was also like, I call him a wholesome hard ass.
But it's true.
But yeah, I ever since him, it changed my vision, because even at the gym, I'm like, it's true. The fact that they keep going makes me want to keep going. The people at the gym, you know?
And you're there.
Yeah.
And like, you took the time to travel there.
Yeah, you showed up for yourself.
You're like, it's a lot of times I'm working out and be like, man, I just wanna just stop right now. And when you're home, it's that easy. You literally put the weight down and you can walk 3 steps and there's the couch.
Yeah.
When you're at the gym, you're like, I came all the way here. What's one more set? What's one more exercise? Let's just do it. I'm all the way here. It's going to take me 20 minutes to get home.
Mm-hmm. And gamers out there, I know I say this all the time. I mention it and I'm not going to stop. Your physical health will improve your game.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So like go see Mivania. It will improve your game.
Not only that, but if you're unhealthy because you don't exercise and you have a shorter lifespan, that's just less gaming time.
Exactly.
Less gaming time.
So many reasons to go see Mivania.
Yeah, I mean, look, even if it's not Mivania, it's just...
No, Mivania only, guys.
Yes, exactly. Exercise, go for walks at the minimum, try not to sit too much, and, have a healthier life. And gaming, you'll not only be better at games, but you'll have more time to play. People think you go to the gym, oh my God, it's 2 hours less to game. But
a lifetime.
Quality of life is more important than anything.
Absolutely.
Over anything. Health is everything. Health is wealth. Money cannot buy health. Look at my uncle right there who just passed away from bone cancer.
Yeah.
All the money in the world cannot help anybody.
Yeah.
Health is everything.
Absolutely.
So think about that while you're ponying noobs. And it doesn't have to be big. Go for 20-minute walk. Yeah. Walking is actually extremely effective for health.
And people listen to Red. He's fit as fuck.
I don't know. I mean,
he's just being a.
All I will say is what you see people do at the gym is usually overkill. Like when someone goes to the gym to be super jacked and blah 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 and all the muscle, you're wearing yourself down. If you just want to stay healthy, walking, running, biking. If you have very low muscle mass, it's dangerous. Definitely pick up a few weights. You don't have to go heavy. It's going to increase your health significantly. Yeah. Along with other things. We won't get too much into it, but no one's asking you to be, Chris Hemsworth. But some level of movement is always good, and you just feel amazing.
Absolutely.
You do a little bit of exercise, and then you sit down and you go to game with your friends, and you just feel great. Versus like, obviously we love McDonald's. It's great to eat McDonald's, but after a while, you just feel like crap.
Yeah, it's like shit. Yeah.
You feel like crap.
Absolutely.
Because you're not doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And it helps with that little boost. And then that one day you're like, no, I'm not eating McDonald's. I'm going to eat a homemade meal. Yeah. And you just feel good.
Yeah.
Not just from the food, but just because you did something for you.
Yeah, showing up for yourself. So, MivaniaHenry.com. Check it in the description, and her Instagram as well. I love
Miva moves.
It's motivating to watch people move. So, check it out. Yeah. And until next time, GG.
Yes.
Until next
time. Oh, GG's.
It's okay.
GG with an S.
Our podcast art was made by the wonderful Ariel, who can be found on Instagram at ProfitOpossum. And our intro and outro music was made by David Feslian from FeslianStudios.com.
Job's done.